My flatmate is definitely
That was so good.
because they're all in the kitchen.
That was fantastic.
Hi, guys, and welcome back to episode 3 of Lights Out, Let's Talk. I'm Brooke,
I'm Lucy.
And I'm Beth.
and last week we were racing in Las Vegas.
And you're watching
Perfect.
Lights Out, Let's Talk.
Okay.
Cue the intro.
Way, woman who be thinking we soft, we don't play. Hope you're ready for the next episode. Hold up. Hey, woman who be thinking we soft, we don't play. We gon' rock it till the wheels fall off.
Let's freaking go.
Let's freaking go, guys. Right. We're starting off very quick. I went to the F1 exhibition. We mentioned it last week.
How was it,
Did you have
Lucy?
fun?
It was incredible. Now, I will admit, I did not know they had the little headphone things where you like point the zapper.
They're so cool.
I
Aren't
was
they?
like, wow. So for those who have never been, you get these like headphones that you put on, right? And like this little clicker, and there's like little sensor points on the wall, and you like
That's sick.
you like click it, and it speaks to you.
Oh,
You can, like,
is that
watch
when
the
Beth was
videos.
saying?
I did get jump scared by Bernie Collins, but I'm more than happy to be jump
I
scared.
was saying, is that when Beth said she was jump scared by Zach Brown yelling in her ear?
Yeah.
That's like one video. And I was Zach Brown saying, I was like, oh my god.
No, yeah, I was watching. There was like two clickers beside each other, and I meant to click one, and then I clicked the Bernie Collins one apparently, and I was like, whoop! But I love Bernie, so I'm happy enough. But it was so good. There was a couple of moments where I was kind of like, whoa, like the Roman Grosjean room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
You actually like,
with like the big video of him talking.
yeah,
as
whenever you
well,
walk
like,
in and all the screens are like the fire, I was like, oh my god.
yeah.
It was
I
quite
might
clear
cry.
to be in. Although to be fair, no offense to you, Brooke, I did have a group of really loud Americans behind me that kind of ruined that immersive experience because they were like,
Yeah.
oh my god, he could have died. And I was like, correct.
Some Americans have no like self-awareness of what
Yeah,
like
you're
the
kind
people
of
around
going in,
them.
and you know, everyone was chatting in all the other rooms, and you go into the Ramon Grosjean room, and everyone was
It's
very
quiet.
like respectful and quiet, and because like the vast majority of that room, it's literally like the cars in the middle,
Yeah.
On the TV.
and like you watch the TV with your headphones on. So everyone's like, that room's like silent. I think that's why it feels so eerie, is because it is a silent room. Like nobody really speaks in there besides the odd person going like, holy shit, like how did he walk away from that? And then you just hear, oh my god, like behind you. I was like,
I'm so sorry.
it's fine.
Do you know which room is really good? The pit wall room, the last one, when you go in and it's
Yes!
all like the
I
screens
was
and it's like
not
from the
expecting
start to the end. Oh my, we were there, we were like, what is going on? My eyes
I
were
was
like
not
focusing
expecting
everywhere.
that. It was like, I went in, I was taking all my photos with the board. I did my George
I
Russell
saw
photos, which Beth also did. Which
Lucy copied me. She copied the original.
I copied. I'm sorry. No, I saw George Russell. And Dad, get a photo of me T-posing in front of George Russell.
No, I didn't. I walked in. I saw George. I walked over. I just straight away did that.
Yeah,
but there was no one in
I
the
think
room
it's a
when we were there.
must.
there was a lot of people in the room when I did it. There
Yeah,
was,
we
like,
were the
this
first
poor
ones
girl waiting to take a photo with it, and I was like, "Sorry, go, Dad."
Do it now.
But it was great. I want to know, are they accurate heights? By the way, I don't think
No,
they are,
I don't think so.
because like Yuki was smaller than everyone, but I was kind of
No,
like,
I don't
no
think
way
it was.
Landon Norris is this tall.
Yeah, but
I'm
you
surprised
missed,
they
you missed
didn't
the Logan
do.
Sargent one. Logan Sargent was there when I went.
I had Franco Colapinto, so
Do you know what? You know that pit wall room?
yeah.
That's where we found out that Logan Sargent crashed his car in free
Is Daniel
because
still
we
there?
went there on Danport
I
race
found
weekend.
out that Franco crashed his car in that pit wall room in George Maybe that room's
Guys,
just the downfall of the Williams boys.
literally. Was Daniel still there,
God.
or is he
I
replaced
had
by?
like no service.
Oh yeah,
Like
was Daniel still there, or was Liam been put up?
Or is
Liam was
there?
there. It was Liam.
Ah,
Oh,
Dang,
Daniel was there when
quick.
I went.
I
Guys,
know. I
this
had
is
no.
why went
I
on
couldn't
Danport.
get a photo of Danny Rick. I was so upset. But yeah, no. In there, I had no service the whole trip. Because apparently my phone just hates London, and like you guys were texting like the updates of quali, and like they finally came through. Like I checked as soon as I landed, and I saw that Franco had DNF'd. And I was like, oh shit, like that sucks. But went like through your messages as I was leaving
Yeah.
the exhibition, and then I was just like, Oh,
No, because the girl in front of us had it on her Sky,
I
on
respect
her
that.
phone, and we were like watching over it, and then Logan crashed, and we were like, we just because like she didn't know
God.
we were watching it over her shoulder, so we
You
all
just, like,
just stood there,
gasped?
and the people else just looked at me, and I was like, guys, don't even talk to me. This
Don't
is
talk to
You had
me.
no idea
not our
what
time.
that would be. But
I guess I should never go.
I want to talk
There's-
about Beth knowing the outcome of things, because how did you predict George Russell?
Guys,
George
I
Russell
told
wasn't
you.
even on my playing cards for Vegas.
Mine neither.
I just know.
respect-
I literally, I said I felt the T-pose. I felt the George Russell energy, and I
So
knew that he was going to do well.
for those who don't know what we're talking about, every week at the end of the podcast, we do a podium prediction for what we think is going to happen. And Beth, just out of nowhere, went, I'm going to throw a random one in, and I'm going to throw in George Russell. And Brooke and I were like, George Russell?
Yeah, like he's good. He's had some good races, but I was like, I
After
don't.
Brazil, it was very
Yeah,
because I just
I
knew
respect
the Mercedes.
it.
but
The
he
Mercedes
cooked.
does well in the cold.
So, Beth, I'm trusting your psychic abilities for Qatar next week.
Yeah,
I'm trusting.
I was literally talking about this earlier, but we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. Okay. But yes, we did have Beth somehow being psychic. But before we get
That's
into the
insane.
contents of the race, I want to talk about Franco Colapinto's crash in quali. No,
The fact he was allowed to race. Oh my god.
did you know?
yeah. But do you
he
see?
confirmed he was concussed?
They was
Yeah.
getting cursed.
Are they still
Although
let
the
him race?
second part of it is apparently, you know, when it came out, that apparently he said that he wasn't allowed to tell anyone.
Yeah.
Apparently that was like a whole miscommunication. He didn't mean that he couldn't like tell people that he had a concussion. It was like go and like sit in a quiet room and like
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah.
Rest,
I don't
not
How he was allowed to race with a
I don't.
no.
There's no
Like, when
way that should be allowed.
But
That's
do we not
insane.
remember the whole thing came out with Max as well after Max's won in 21? And
Mm.
he like he had blurry vision. He like couldn't see
Oh,
properly. And they just
Apparently that still affects him to this day.
that's what I've heard.
yeah.
Yeah, crazy. So Franco's crash, I didn't see because I was on a plane to London at 6 a.m.
It was.
But
Me and
bad.
Brooke were just
It was bad.
it was a 50G crash. Like,
he
50G.
went 3 corners. Bro went up the wall.
Yeah, it
Bruce's
was
camera
bad.
stopped working. The
Yeah,
actual
that's how you
impact
know it's
crash
bad.
broke his camera.
Yeah, that's insane. It was so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
When they played the
I
on board.
watched the video of the crash whenever I got home. I sort of watched like the race highlights. Well, the quali highlights. I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
odd.
I'm so glad it was only a concussion that he walked away with because I feel like
Oh,
it
yeah.
could have been so much
Could have been
worse.
so much worse.
And this is why we thanked the safety of F1 cars now.
Thank you for the
Mhm.
halo.
Thank you for. Well, he didn't flip, so the halo probably.
Yeah, but
But like, thank you for the actual like safety of. This was the one thing as well was around the F1 exhibition. There's so much on like how safety has come into play.
Yeah, there's that room where all the drivers are, like
Yeah.
sat down the middle, and it's like, oh,
But it's all about like the different safety
like
how
precautions.
adapted and grown throughout
Mhm.
throughout the past couple of years, and there's so much that you don't realize has changed. Like I will put my hands up and say I learned so much in the F1 exhibition because like there's obviously a lot of stuff that you think you know, and then once you actually go in there and you learn the in depth of everything, I was like, wow, like insane. But yes, the safety of F1 is crazy, and you have no idea how much goes into it. Like,
yeah,
wow.
insane.
Yeah, we did. We had an okay race. I wouldn't say it was mildly entertaining.
I liked it.
I mean, before we start, guys, let's have a little congratulations to Mr. Max Verstappen. 4-time champ.
he
We love
deserves
to see
it. He deserves it.
No, that's 8.
It's a great number. 4?
Or,
Lando said that on Max's post.
Yeah.
It's a great number.
It's a good number.
Oh no, but I love the fact that after they're like hugging and Max was like,
Oh,
one day
that was
it's
a good
gonna be you
I was ready for Twitter to light up to be like, oh, let's watch how angry Lando is. And
No, because I think, did you
they
say
can
in the
shut their
group,
faces.
did you say, one of you said, I didn't see Lando congratulating Max yet?
I think it was me because I was
It
so
was-
nervous. I was so
It wasn't me
nervous.
because I was asleep.
Yeah, I was so nervous at angry Twitter stands that I was just like, oh my god, Lando hasn't gone over to Max yet. Twitter is gonna
I was like, no,
like
send the picture.
Send
I
a
was like-
picture.
No, because I sent that like right after, like right as
Yeah,
I got into the car for the podium, and a couple of the drivers had gone up to congratulate him. And I
yeah.
was like, oh my god, Lando didn't.
Yeah,
And then
right
it was
as
like that
the-
onboard came out of them like thumbs up. Oh
Yeah, I didn't actually see the onboard to be honest because I was half asleep. So
No,
like something
yeah.
as subtle as that.
Right as the
Besties.
race ended, I'm like,
Besties.
I'm going to bed. It's like 3 a.m. I'm tired.
Yeah, I
Nah, I
was
watched
dead
it in
watching
tears.
that.
watched Max slowly get drunker and drunker as his
Oh yeah,
interviews
with his
progressed.
gin and tonic. I love that.
Honestly,
Or
good for him.
post-race conference where he was
Like,
like, well,
it's like
run out
his,
of beers.
the media woman, like he's like walking around the TV pen, and she just pulls a beer out of her jacket and just hands it to him.
I
It's like
respect.
fair play.
I
Fair
respect
play.
it so hard.
Respect.
Yeah, I was going to save that to the end of the race points, but we will talk
I
about
feel
it.
like it has to be
It
the
has to
first
be
one.
said.
It's the big
Yeah.
one.
You know what? I was actually really happy for him. Am I the only
Yeah.
one really happy that this championship
I'm
title?
glad it's yes.
No more questions for Lando, guys.
Please.
Until next season.
In the words of Lando Norris, thank God! Like, oh my God! I just listen. I loved that there was a championship fight. I loved that it involved Lando.
Mhm.
I was over it. Because you were saying, like, you know, I'm all about Jalulu is the Salulu. I love Jalulu is the Salulu. It's my life motto. But see, before Vegas, whenever people are like, Lando's going to pull it back, I was like, guys, it's been over since Brazil even started. Like,
Vegas is not a
Yeah.
McLaren track, and I
Yeah.
said that last week. It's not built for them.
evidently, we saw.
We did see this.
Oh gosh.
Remember opening the quali results, getting off the plane, and going, "What happened? What did I miss?"
I
A
know, because
lot.
George Russell, my king.
But I want to talk about my number one highlight of the race. My number one highlight of the race. Somehow, nobody went off in turn one.
Let's go.
Good job, guys.
We love
Good job,
to
drivers.
See it.
We called
I
it.
was ready for some F1 ballet, and it didn't happen.
There's no bowling.
Everyone was sensible this year.
Everyone was
Yeah.
sensible. No one just dove into that corner.
Good
Max-
guys.
Racing line was. He stayed on it.
We're proud of him.
No one went off in turn one. It was great. There was no bowling. There was no ballet.
There was
No cars
nothing.
kissing.
But we did have some.
No.
We had some DNFs later on
Rest in peace.
in the race. We had Alex, which I believe was a radiator issue.
I think
Yeah.
so,
Rest in
yeah.
peace, Alex Albon. Can someone lift the curse on that man's car?
Yeah.
Because
Please.
he's still. He's not having
It
a
feels
good time. is
so
he?
bad for him.
I saw someone say they really want him to finish the race next week just because they're finally out of like the Americas, and then everyone can say it was Logan Sargent cursed in that car.
Yeah.
If he finishes on a race that's not in America, then that's actually quite funny.
It's
That's
yes.
Actually, we also had Pierre Gasly DNFing with his.
Bruce car had a hole in it.
Yeah.
Exploded.
Yeah,
Did you not see like the hole in the side of his car?
I did.
I
Yeah,
was
that
like,
was.
yeah.
I
My
felt so
favorite
bad.
Radio message of there's something wrong with my car. We see nothing on your side. On our side, fine.
Yeah, this
Bang.
is just a video of his car just.
It was like immediate. It was like, guys, I think there's something wrong. Nah, boom. Okay, maybe there was.
He was jinxed. He did so well in Brazil. He qualies third. Was it third or fourth?
Yeah.
Third, right? Third.
Third.
And then he doesn't finish the race.
Bruce. But
feel
Alpine
so
had such
bad
a
for
good
him.
race in
I actually
Brazil.
felt-
And
I know. They did so well.
I thought we were entering a Pierre Gasly dominance era.
Alpine dominance will bore fans.
Alpine.
Guys, shout out to my glasses, guys. Alpine, live, laugh, love Alpine.
Alpine had a dominance last week, not this week. This week we had for Pierre DNFing. We had Esty Bestie with an atrocious pit stop.
No, because when they were at first, because at first when we were watching it, they were like, "Oh, Esteban Ocon has missed his pit box. He's got to go." And I was like, "If he's missed his pit box, normally they just move down."
Yeah,
but then it came out like at the end that he hadn't missed the pit box. He'd gone into the pit.
They just weren't ready for him.
There was one mechanic out there.
He's just chilling there with his little gun, like, "Hey,
like,
guys."
He just had to go again.
Guys, he's here.
I saw a clip. It's going to make me raise my hand. I saw a clip during one of the free practice sessions of Franco Colapinto nearly running over James Vance.
Wait, I didn't see this.
I didn't see it earlier.
Wait,
It was during a free practice session. I think Franco comes in to do like a practice pit stop. And James Vance is running a...
Wait, I need to.
Maybe see if I can find it.
Practices.
I literally saw it this morning. It was I was actually giggling.
You have to send that to us later.
The question is, did I save it though? Probably not.
Probably not.
Because when do I ever do anything? Oh, that's Oscar's talk.
But yeah, I don't even think there was nothing that happened during the race, but so much at the same time. You know, I don't know if that makes any sense. But like,
yeah, no, I get what you mean.
Yeah, like watching it, I don't know whether it was because it was 6 a.m. and I was watching it curled up in a ball on my sofa, trying not to cry because I was so tired. Because I
found it.
I was going to say, I literally just sent it you. I literally just sent it you.
I just found it. It's so funny.
I didn't get home from London until like 10:30 at night, and then I still had to catch up on my Amazon Lab episode, so I didn't actually get to sleep till like midnight. And then had to wake up at 6 a.m. again for the race, and I was so tired because doing like a 2:30 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. day the day before, not a wise choice.
No.
But yeah, watching the race, I was so delirious and out of it. So in my head, like nothing really went on, and then you were watching all like the race reports after, and I was like, oh, there was actually quite a bit that went on. Oh, we've just got a.
Do you know what though? We were talking about McLaren's. Whatever happened with McLaren, but like watching it back, actually Lando was kind of saying like he didn't have the pace to get around anyone, catch up, but no one really had the pace at the front.
Yeah,
to overtake each other.
That man was gone.
Except George Russell. But like when you look at it, Lando pulled a 30-second gap on Oscar.
Yeah,
and when you look at the lap time, he was still lapping times that were the same as the Mercedes at the front.
Yeah.
So he was driving pretty much the same as them.
He couldn't pull it together in the end, unfortunately.
But again, you saw that no one could, apart from the Ferraris trying to.
Oh yeah, the tire drag was insane throughout the race.
Lando had minus tire drag. He had like minus 0.7 tire drag. It was kind of sick.
Yeah.
They've laughed my tire whisperer.
The tire whisperer.
But that's what I called. That was George Russell in Monaco after he ran 71 laps on mediums. What the hell?
That was insane.
And now it's Lando Norris. Probably not actually. They're probably gonna explode.
Oh my god! We also had Stroll with no radio for the entire race.
I didn't know that until after.
No one knew until after. Everyone was like, "Why is?"
Found out in the media pen whenever
when
he
said,
"I had no communication."
No, because everyone was like, "Why is Stroll's pit taking so long?"
Yeah,
it's because he couldn't. He was trying to. I want to know how he was trying to tell him. I want to watch his onboard. Oh no, he was pressing the radio, the pit.
Yeah, he tried to press the radio, but like the pit button,
the pit confirm button,
it wasn't working. So he was kind of like trying to signal to them whenever he was passing the boards. Like, you know, the way they put the pit wall boards out?
Yeah.
That was the only way he was getting information was with those boards. And then he was like trying to signal to them to be like, I'm coming in next lap.
But like,
and then pulled in and everyone was like, oh, it's now.
He meant the next lap.
He meant, okay.
Like, live, laugh, love.
Oh, not the only team with pit drama either. We had a lot of pit drama. There was no race drama, but there was pit drama.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I was thinking with that. We had UK taking out the speed limit sign.
Man's got airtime.
Did you see what he said at the end? He goes, that scared the shit out of me.
No, he said he hit himself.
Yeah.
He was like, oh yeah, I hit myself. And like they were like, Sorry about that.
Oh, it was so funny. It was
But there was, Yuki
Ferrari
and there was Stroll having
Carlos.
radio
and
communication.
Esty Bestie.
There was Esty Bestie, and then there
The
was
big one.
Carlos,
Ferraris.
Pit, and then as you don't pit, stay out. And he was just like, what? Also, that was never noted by race control either.
They spoke
didn't he
about
lose?
it.
Yeah, they
Didn't-
spoke about it, but I was like watching
They
it. I was
spoke
like,
about
"Ah,
because
time penalty."
he didn't cross apparently some specific. I think it's because he didn't enter the pit.
Yeah, but
as
he's
such
gone
as-
past the pit entry.
I think
line.
he lost his lap time though, didn't he?
Yeah, he got track limits for it.
Ooh, scary. Yeah, so there was a lot of Ferrari drama this week, and I kind of want to get into it.
I mean, we can also talk about Ferraris coming out of the pit because Carlos Sainz had told not to overtake Charles Leclerc coming out of the pits, and then what did he do? Is Charles came out, he zoomed in front, and maybe it's because they didn't ask him in Spanish. I'm just.
Oh my gosh! Did you tell him in Spanish?
That was the funniest video.
I was like, no way, this is real. No way.
Did you tell him in Spanish?
No adelantes a Charles.
What did you even just ask?
I don't know then.
It says don't overtake Charles in Spanish. I just thought I'd give it a go.
Well, maybe Carlos. Do you know what though? Everyone's kicking off. Carlos, blah, blah, blah. But then someone pointed out the fact, and people might disagree with this, and I understand Charles Leclerc is very close to overtaking Lando for P2 in the championship. But Carlos Sainz is also only 9 points behind Oscar Piastri. And surely Carlos overtaking Oscar and getting a 3-4 is easier than trying to get Charles to overtake Lando and get a, what would it be, like a 5-2? Like, surely in my head a 3-4 is better than a 5-2.
It was all just very. I understand that, like, you want Charles to get closer to Lando.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna.
It was
I
kind of
don't
like,
know.
well, to be fair, he isn't.
He needs to finish 5 points ahead of Lando in Qatar.
Well, there's 24 points separate them right now, and there's still a sprint and 2 races left.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So-
Lando needs to gain. I think it was 5 points. Someone said, or he needs to. He needs to be 5 points ahead of Charles after Qatar
Yeah,
for Lando to have won it.
yeah.
Something like that. But like, I can't lie, Qatar. I don't think it's a Ferrari track. Fred said it earlier. Fred said in one of his interviews that Qatar isn't a Ferrari strong track.
Yeah.
So
We'll have to see.
I think it's going to be. I think Lando's going to take it. I think Lando's going to finish people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll
I
be
mean,
a
it
lot.
will.
for them not
It'll
to.
be close. Like that, I would still say 100%. Don't count Charles out yet.
Oh
No,
yeah, 100%.
Because anything
Well,
can
I
happen
think-
still.
I think it's like you
Unless
never
we
know what
get to
could happen.
Qatar and the McLaren falls apart and no one can race in it and it stays in the pits.
Recently, I wouldn't question it.
I want my illegal rocket ship back, please. God.
Give it to me, please.
Um,
I miss it so much.
what else did we have with Ferrari drama? We obviously had the pit.
The really iconic radio message at the end. Well, I have the transcript of that somewhere.
Good.
Guys, because I'm so obsessed with it. And literally, I heard it, I was literally crying. I was like, that is actually
I
so
saw it and I was
funny.
like, Charles.
It was the whatever you want, as always.
It was whenever you went. Oh wait, my radio's still on. Sorry.
At the end. Do you know what? And it's when Fred came on after he said like, it's not even being nice, it's just being respectful. And then Fred comes on the radio and it's like, Charles.
Charles.
And he's like, I know I need to shut up, but it's just a joke. It's always the same. And I was like,
Do you know what I've seen?
Okay.
I've seen people, because Fred comes on at the same time, and it's like Charles, but it overlaps
Yeah.
with Charles saying, I know I need to shut up. I've seen people on Twitter being like, oh my God, Fred told Charles to shut up. And I was like, no, Charles told him.
No.
Charles
He told himself.
to shut up.
Yeah.
He was like, I know, but
He's just
They
so
also
frustrated.
They also
but what?
about it in the media pen. Carlos was asked about it, and he was like, we're not speaking about it.
Yeah, but then Charles did say so. I'm pretty sure he was like, I'm not angry with him. with Carlos. He's
Yeah, I
It's
just
think
probably the
those.
situation.
But I assume it means probably before the race there was probably a talk of if Charles is leading, you let Charles finish
It's
ahead of Ferrari.
giving McLaren papaya rules.
But Ferrari will come on with like
I hope
Charles
I
planned
never
452.
like if
Just wait till
I
papaya rules next year, guys, because what did Andrea Stella say yesterday? They're
Jesus.
using Oscar's data Lando's data to teach Oscar. So they're going to
I
be the
did
same
not see
person next
that.
year.
I
And
just
they're
saw
gonna
that
be the
Andrea
same.
was yapping
literally
again.
never beating the twin allegations in any sense.
Yeah, no, Andreas was like, we even using some of Lando's data to help Oscar learn. So they're going to be the same person.
I love that though. Teamwork.
But then
Teamwork makes
surely
the dream
like
work.
teach Oscar Lando's ways, and then Lando's just going to get better. So by the time they've taught him how to be Lando, Lando's already like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I said Lando too many times in that session.
Take a shot
I
every time.
kept saying it. I was like, this is too many times.
This is too many Landos.
Too many Landos today, guys. Too many Landos.
But I want to say, after this race week, I would say the battle for the World Drivers' Championship is certainly still on for second place. Obviously, yes, Max has won it.
Dead.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. I was actually really happy for him. So,
But
I was relieved more than anything.
gosh, I don't have any Red Bull merch to pull out today, guys.
there
As
are,
ex-Lando
there,
core.
as we mentioned previous, there is only 24 points separating Charles and Lando. So I would say don't count Charles out yet. He could cook. He might not cook, but he might. His time
depends how Ferrari strategy goes next weekend.
Well, anyway, Charles,
we're checking
everything from the team this
You're
week.
checking.
I actually think I've seen the edits, I've seen the TikToks where they have already edited that radio message to Look What You Made Me Do by Taylor Swift.
I'm hooked. I'm addicted to that.
People are quick.
They were quick with it. That was like 24 hours and it was out.
Bro, they heard that radio message. I'm like, I know what we're playing that to.
I know what to do with this one,
Bro's
guys.
coming in his reputation arc for the
I'm
last
sorry,
2
the old Charles can't come to the phone right now. Why?
Why?
Because he's dead.
Because he's dead. Oh,
I don't think it's going to be a Charles reputation era. I think he was just pissed.
I mean, it's the whole
Depends if they
adrenaline
rock
thing.
up and they're going to support who they're picking to prioritize. But the thing is, I think Carlos will do whatever he can now. I don't think he'll care.
It's
Bro's
his
got
last
2
year with
races
Ferrari.
left.
Yeah.
He's got 2 races left to potentially have his final win in Formula One, guys. I'm just saying. And
I mean,
because
I'm
sorry, that Williams is cursed. That Williams is not getting on the podium. That Williams is not even getting in the top 10 at this point.
If we have 2 Williams next year, we'll be lucky. Because that car, I don't know how they're going to have the money to make a good car for next year.
You see Franco's thing about, he was like, maybe we should put all our money on, he said after Brazil, he was like, maybe we should put all our money on blacks because we need like so much to, let me find the quote. I'm sorry, it was so funny.
Well, I will continue to yap over Beth with it while she finds this quote.
Oh, I got it already.
Okay.
Go on, Beth.
So after Brazil, Franco said we should bet on black. The budget left for 2024 to cover the 5 million damages after Brazil. So Franco's idea was let's put all of our budget into blacks, and I wonder if they did. I mean, they probably don't have any budget.
Wonder.
Now.
I mean,
especially with the unfortunate crash.
I love,
and they're gonna have less money next year.
I hope they have gone out and done that. I love seeing the after clips of all the drivers in Vegas because it's always so funny and so.
Oh my gosh!
Like the unhinged content. Did we all see Oscar Piastri's sphere?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jump scare. I open Instagram and the first post at the top is Oscar Piastri as the mother.
Oh my gosh.
What is going on?
I thought you were saying, speaking of a sphere, did you see what the F1 Twitter posted when Checo got out in quali?
Yeah, he was on the sphere going like this.
The sphere with the thumbs down. That sphere.
Imagine he's going to do his lap. He's doing his lap right at the end as he's like just been told he's not through. Just this.
I love the sphere. To me, the sphere was the highlight of the weekend.
That is the best
The
part of Vegas.
sphere
Its
is
little
so
eyes tracking
good.
everybody is so cute.
Mama, there's a
that-
sphere behind you.
It's like that clip of Lando when Lando's like does the look and then it clips to the spin.
And he looks at me and I look at him.
Look at him.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, but it was the eyes tracking. Then there were certain moments where it was giving the Hunger Games. I feel like Vegas always
Literally.
Always is.
That's so good.
At least Checo knew where to go this year. When they
this is true.
Sergio Checo.
You know
And he
what?
didn't
I
just
don't think the
stand there.
drivers were giving the energy that that man was giving. We
It
needed more
didn't
effort.
look like it.
We needed
They
more
never really
drivers.
do.
I mean, I get it. It's late. You're tired, but you're about to go do a 2-hour race, so you better not be
I
tired.
know, I'd be so sleepy. Like, imagine, like,
Yeah, I'd be
it's
driving
like
around
10 o'clock.
But one
It-
thing
I'm
it
like, when
was-
can I have a nap?
are all those lights, and I actually wish I could find out the answer to this. As a
Yes.
driver, is Vegas distracting?
It
I
has
feel
to be,
like
right?
they've said it's hard because of all the lights.
Yeah.
It probably
like,
has to be.
No harm. If I was driving and I'm going around that sphere and I look up and my face is on it, I'm gonna be like, wow, into a wall. Right. Because this week, I don't know whether it's because the World Driver Championship is like null and void now for Lando to win, but we had the return of Sassy Lando.
What would you change about?
What would you change?
The
Everything.
whole,
The whole
car.
There was
Bring
what
back
other
my
comments
Singapore
we had? He
rocket.
changed the whole car. It was someone was like, "Oh, I imagine you're relieved," and he was like, "Thank God." And then there was what else?
What else was there? There was another one.
There was another one where he was like, there was one where he said, "Just copy and paste whatever Oscar said."
Yeah, it's like whatever else you said.
Yeah, copy and paste it. There was him just standing behind Franco. Franco was trying to do his interview, and Lando was just like.
And Franco turns around
Father
like
and son.
taps him.
There was also whenever people were like talking about the championship again and was like, did you find the championship fight harder? And he was
I wasn't
like,
even
well,
expected to
I
be in
wasn't
one.
even expecting to be in one. So but yeah, we did
Brooke
have
just wanted to
return
win.
of Lando.
Oh,
But
love
also,
him.
regardless of the results in the McLaren video, we still got an Osc. So he
We
actually
did. And it was the way that Oscar handed it to him. And they just were quiet for a minute. And then Lando looks at him and Oscar like does his little eyebrow wave and he went, thanks, Oscar.
Thanks, Osc.
It's like they were waiting. They were like, do we do
I
it?
think it's because it's become a thing
love
that
that.
you can tell if Lando's in a mood or not after the race based
By
Yeah.
what he calls.
whether
That's fair.
it's nothing, Oscar, Osc, Oskinia, Osco. Like
Also,
we can
Can we
always
also
just
talk about
sort of
the fact
get the vibe of like, okay, he's in a good mood.
Lando didn't have any shoes on again this week.
They've said why they do this though. Apparently their feet really hurt after the race.
No, but Oscar always has
Oh, yeah.
shoes on.
Oh, maybe Lando just likes to be
Like,
with the earth.
Every single time, Lando's just sat there with his toes on.
he likes to
Well, he
be
has
one
socks
with
on.
He's
the
being
ground.
grounded. He's one with
He's
the earth.
reconnecting. He's reconnecting.
Exactly.
with the
Exactly it.
Brain needs it sometimes.
I
especially-
respect it though. No, but like every
Okay.
time you see him, he's
Well.
like he doesn't wear shoes indoors, so maybe it's just a thing for him.
It
Like,
was when the hospitality was on fire
and he's outside with socks, like la 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 la.
outside. Just
Maybe
and
This
then
man,
Like wearing
head
shoes.
comes down the pit
this
and he's
man
like,
never has shoes on.
"Where's Lando's shoes?"
I respect it though. I hate shoes.
It's fair.
I respect it. Since the second I'm in my front door, the shoes are off.
Honestly, so
And
bad
it's
though.
not even like a respect thing. Like it's not even like, oh, I can't walk up the stairs with my shoes on. Like it's nothing like that. It's literally just like, get these off my feet. They're not, except my Uggs. I love my Uggs.
I love my Uggs, but it's always raining here. I can never wear them. I don't want to ruin them.
Yes! Oh my god, you wear your Uggs on the one day it's dry, you get out of your car and you immediately step in a puddle.
Facts. I literally, mine are in my cupboard. I've worn them like twice. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we did have
It's
a lot of
fine.
funny moments over the weekend, like regardless of whether you actually enjoyed the race or not. I mean, I was cackling at Liam Lawson being freezing cold. Also, was it him? Was it this weekend where he was asked? I don't know. I saw it on TikTok, so it actually could be a really old interview. Where he was asked, "Would you rather never win a race again or
Race
never
again,
walk
or
cars
yes,
again?"
That was
and he was like,
that
"One
was this
draft me
weekend.
this."
Man's actually considered it for a minute. Like
That was this weekend.
Mans loves cars.
he was just like, "This is the most difficult question I've ever been asked."
And then I think I said either both of you this, or I know I said Beth this.
Wow.
The V
Okay.
carb. No, I'm pretty sure I said you
I'll
both
just go
this.
sleep, I guess.
The at the Top Golf in Vegas, they had the V carb on the course
Oh yeah,
where
they
you
just
hit the ball.
of course.
Yeah, it was because I think V carb had a whole event there because that's
No,
where
they do that with Vegas. They just drop the cars at random locations. Like,
No. It was V-Carb's livery launch. They had it
Yeah.
at
Yeah,
Top
it
Golf.
was
but I'm
at
pretty
Top
sure in
Golf.
Vegas there's a Red Bull on a roof somewhere. Like they just
Yeah,
all over the
they
place.
just put them wherever they want. Like,
I mean, it's
like,
Vegas.
like a game of Where's Wally. It's Where's the F1 car?
where
It's
is the
so
car?
funny.
Because there
They
was
should do
also
a
a
scavenger
Mercedes.
hunt.
They had like the Mercedes
Scavenger
in a
hunt.
hotel lobby.
They should do a
Yes,
scavenger hunt next
They
year.
put them in like
Where
the
can you
casinos
find
and everything. It's crazy.
Yeah.
you find all 10?
10 cars.
Well,
Yeah.
But
You gotta
someone
take a
was
stop.
saying
speaking,
that the
I would
Speaking,
say, speaking of 10 cars, 2026,
Oh, okay.
we're
You were
getting
going one ahead of me.
the 11th team.
dude.
Cadillac is confirmed for 2026.
Yeah.
Guys, when we said we wanted to build Franklin Color Pinto seat,
We meant it.
we
did.
meant it literally.
If that man doesn't have a seat for 2026, I will riot.
I'm really excited to see who they put in there because surely they're going to put someone who's like got a bit of experience. And obviously, we've got like Bottas leaving the grid, Ricardo's left.
Yeah.
Surely they'll want someone like that in alongside someone
But
new.
then at the same
I
time,
think
also the opportunity for like more younger drivers to get
Yeah,
I
True.
think, and I'm hoping that they put an American in. Because if it's gonna be
Yes.
Andretti, which it might be Andretti, it might just say Cadillac. I mean, Andretti's
seen,
been rumored
I've seen
for
Jack Crawford thrown around.
yeah.
to be in there.
Andretti's been rumored for F1 for I think a few years now. So now that they
Yeah, they probably
it might
know who
be-
they want in that car.
I think they know
probably
who they
have
want in
an
that
idea.
car. People are like, oh, put Colton Herta in the car. I'm like, no, leave this man in
Yeah,
Indy.
I
He's
saw
doing
that.
great.
Yeah.
Like,
I've
leave
seen
him in
that.
Indy. I've heard Logan Sargent. People want him in it.
No.
But you know
But
what?
I'm like, I want
You
him
never
away
know.
from
He could.
F1.
He could though.
Yeah.
He could.
He
They want an
could.
American in there.
I've seen
could-
And
like
imagine
I've seen like
two
mixed
American
about
teams.
it though. Like I'm not seeing all positive things about it, and I'm like, I
But the
think
thing is,
it's a good
I
thing.
feel
I
like
think it'll be good.
I feel like people forget that F1 has only in like recent years really been 10 teams.
Yeah,
It was 2016 there was 11 teams on the grid.
yeah. But I've seen mixed things where they're like, oh, it's just gonna be. I'm like, how is this?
Cars are getting smaller as well, guys. Cars are getting smaller, so let's
Exactly.
put two more
Yeah.
on track. Monaco's going to be fun. Monaco's going to be fun.
This is just like
Monaco,
the
question
year
is-
of like introducing teams.
will they be quicker than Sauber?
Yes.
They got a Ferrari engine.
Although
They
they are going to go to Audi in 26.
Quicker.
They are going Audi 26, and I feel like Audi's kind of cooking. I feel like I just get that vibe that they're going to
Yeah.
finally get my man Nico Hulkenberg a podium, please. Please, Audi, please.
Honestly, with this year, he deserves one. He's been killing it this year.
Bro, he has been slaying so hard.
He actually has been doing really well.
He
And
has-
I'm actually so excited for Ollie to go into the house next year. Like, I'm actually so excited, guys.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
I want to talk about some social media content that we received over the race weekend. So, with social media, there's always going to be positives. There's always going to be negatives. I will focus on the positives first.
Let's go.
I want to say Red Bull admin was cooking this weekend.
Red Bull admin was on it. They drop in the little teasers and then the about Max's cat.
Is it Donatello? Is it Donut?
Apparently, Penelope's called it Donut.
I
She
think it's
can't
called.
say
I think it's actually called Donut, and Max was just too
I
embarrassed.
think because
He's a cat called Donut.
probably.
because of the fact that Kelly replied to a comment on when he first said it was called Donatello, and then someone commented, "Bet he's just saying like because P's called it something really stupid," and Kelly replied with just laughing faces. That makes me think it's called Donut.
Yeah, but then the Red Bull admin chased up Max on it, and he was like, "Yo, is your cat actually called Donatello?"
And he was like, "Yeah, it's called Donatello, but P can't say that, so she calls it Donut."
I
Would
think
you
it's
also
Apparently, did you see? Apparently, GP said that Max said he was going to name his newest cat GP, and he hasn't. So
Yeah.
GP is not happy with that.
okay. Mm-mm.
Justice for my man.
The disrespect.
Poor guy.
But yeah, we did get loads of really fun content over the weekend with like their little mini golfs that they were playing.
Oh my gosh, that
That
was
was-
so
Lando
cute.
gaslighting Oscar into
Yeah,
thinking
like whoa.
falls so far,
First of all,
so far
just
ahead
to
of
start.
Oscar.
Like,
And then
just
he was like,
start on that golf hit.
he was like, I think I won that.
I will not.
I
I will
won.
not. Yeah, I will not. And then
Also, shout out to V Carp. I think it was V Carp who did the roll the dice one for a thing. And they made
yes,
everyone and Toyota had like do an Elvis impression and he just
Oh
did
my
like,
gosh, he did.
oh my God.
so good.
It wasn't even an Elvis impression. Bro went, what does Elvis do? And just wiggled. It was like,
And then we also have the negative side of the social medias. Now, this is a bit of a controversial topic, so everyone will have different opinions. But
strap in.
influencers at races.
Is starting at the back of the grid a disadvantage?
Is it? Like, listen, I don't mind. Beth's gonna have a moment. I don't mind F1 influencers being invited to races because that makes sense.
Mhm.
Because
Like,
you know,
who was the girl?
they're
Madeline White? Is that the girl
Yes.
who
Oh
was
my God.
interviewing?
yeah,
Love her.
great. I love stuff like that because first things first, they are promoting content that is going out to their fans that their fans will be interested and engaged in because they
Yeah.
follow them for F1 content.
F1. Yeah.
Same with the likes of Noah was there.
Yes.
Just to mention
Noah's
Noah,
there.
I
I
love
love her.
Love Noah.
but you know, Noah has her following for F1, so people enjoy seeing her at the races because that's what they follow her for. They follow her for F1 content.
Yeah.
Then we've got other content creators who know nothing about F1 that go to the races. First things first, I don't know why you would want anyone to promote your brand who know nothing about
Doesn't know what's going on.
Mhm.
like I don't get that. That's like I don't even know. It's like trying to get a footballer to promote Taylor Swift. You're just like, what? Like, it's not the same realm.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
So, like, I get it. They will get some traction from that. And I understand why they're there because obviously, yes, they'll have a large following and yes, they'll have this, that, and the other. But realistically, it's only going to be a very small percent of their following who will appreciate the content of them being at the race.
Or
So,
actions like, oh, like maybe this is something I want to get into.
yeah,
Which will
realistically,
not be,
it's
it won't be a
being
lot.
promoted on blind ears, deaf ears, blind ears.
But even like, I know this is a bit different. Like Adele went, and I know Adele's like big, but she said after, she was like, yeah, I don't really know much about F1, but my son loved it.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
she was like, I want to do stuff that he
I want to get
enjoys.
more into it. So, like,
And that's like different than going and just,
Like having absolutely.
there was one video I saw.
it's now deleted. It's now deleted. The
It's
video.
now
now
deleted.
because
Yep.
it was outrage. It's always her. I'm not even going to mention her name. It's
I was
always
going to say, as soon as you said it, I was like, how did I know?
Apparently,
the second there's any sort of social media drama, she is at the center of it. Every time, without fail, she is at the center of it. But she posted a TikTok, which has now been deleted, of her at the race saying something along the lines of the drivers being attractive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently she said it was satire, but even like,
She does that all the time. She did the
Yeah.
thing and went, oh, it was satire. It's
I
like
know.
her ongoing thing. The second she realizes that something's offensive, she's like,
It's
oh,
satire.
it was satire. It was a joke. You guys don't know how to take a joke. And I'm like, no,
Yep.
it's not that. The reason why this is so upsetting for us three as well, but female motorsport fans that actually watch watch the sport for the sport. Now I'm not going to deny that there are people out there that certainly watch the races for the drivers' looks.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say that doesn't happen because you would be naive to believe that doesn't happen.
That'll happen in any sport.
Exactly.
People will watch it for the athlete.
But it is not everybody. I would say it is a very small percentage of people who watch the sport actually watch the sport because the drivers are attractive. But it's definitely a thing. I've seen it. I've seen the TikToks of the thirst trap edits, and you're like, right, calm down. But I feel like whenever a post like that goes out, especially because she does have a large following. I swear she has like 10 million followers on TikTok.
Probably.
Something like that.
So whenever you actually take a step back and realize that that's how Formula One is being promoted,
Yep.
she was invited to that race to promote the race, and the only content we got from the race is, oh, the drivers are really hot.
Yeah.
That sets women in motorsport back 5 years. That one post.
It's everything that we're trying not
Yeah.
to have, like that stigma. And it's
Yeah.
like, but now you're putting that out to millions of people being like, oh, look, I'm watching the race because they're hot.
Yeah.
There was another one that I saw that I sent to both of you where it was someone posting on their Snapchat saying, oh, can someone explain me what these numbers mean?
Explain what the numbers mean.
It's their lap times. I'm like, why are you even
It's just
there?
why I don't understand why those people in specific are
Get
being
invited.
because from my view, obviously I understand in the fact that they have following, they have this, that, and the other, and it might bring new interest to the sport. 100% I agree with that. But they're bringing the wrong kind of interest. If that's what they're promoting of watch the sport for the driver's looks, there could be, out of the 10 million followers that she has, there could maybe be 10,000 that have decided, oh, if they're hot, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
And that's not
more people.
That's not the sort of media that I personally believe F1 should be wanting to present. Now, I understand they're a business, they're a company, they're about money. If they're getting views, they don't care. But I also think in terms of getting a lot of views, sure, I think F1 has lost a lot of respect for itself as a brand as a whole. People are outraged, and it's always Las Vegas that does it, and Miami, because that's where all the celebrities get invited to.
Miami.
But because we had this at Miami as well with a certain orange man. So,
Bro, did you see Mr. Beast was there? Sorry.
I did see that. He was there with McLaren.
Another
sort of like McLaren
influencer
can't catch us straight.
Like going away from like the negatives, one of the influencers that I saw was, I don't know, do you guys know May May and her husband Jacob?
Yes!
May May got her first hot lap, and she was like
so excited. She was so
like
excited.
her and Jacob were in Miami because they're both McLaren. Well, Jacob is, and then May May got into it through Jacob.
Yeah, didn't she get?
They were in Miami.
Who did they? Where did she go with Haas? She went. Was it Monza?
I don't know. They went somewhere.
They went somewhere with Haas.
I think it might have been Monza.
I want to make check.
It's so like those are the types of fans that I think need to be continuously
and she
that have this following.
Because she surprised him with
yes, she surprised her husband.
But like people who are open about F1 and enjoying F1, like for example, nobody had an issue whenever Tom Holland was invited to Monaco. Nobody had an issue because he has been very open and honest about, I love F1, I watch F1. Whenever sidemen get invited, nobody has an issue with it because they are very open and honest with, I know F1, I love
F1. Paul Mescal with Ferrari.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They are the sort of influencers, even like Louis Tomlinson. Like, he is very open and honest about enjoying and watching F1.
Or like with the Adele, like what Beth said, if you don't watch it, but you have a family member that watches it and you bring them, that's also
exactly.
Yeah. But then after she was like, I kind of enjoyed it. I don't want to watch it.
A new hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
or like a way to bond with like her son.
I agree with stuff like that, but see these, I'm gonna say this and it's gonna sound overtly negative and I don't mean it to, but see these wannabe influencers, like the TikTok stars that realistically have no following outside of TikTok. And they have no interest in F1. They're a beauty and makeup influencer. Why are they there?
It doesn't make any sense.
Although, shout out for the thing that Carmen did with WhatsApp and all the female motorsport girls.
But even people were so upset with that. People were upset with that because they're like, Carmen.
Because Carmen was there.
Yeah, Carmen's a wag. Like, why is she doing this? They were upset that she didn't have one of the F1 Academy girls.
It was with Mercedes, wasn't it? So they're kind of
Yeah.
as well, like Mercedes is WhatsApp sponsors, and they probably have asked if she can do it. She probably hasn't gone into Mercedes and gone, I want to do this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But
Yeah.
people were upset that
Yeah,
they
I
didn't
saw
have
people
one
getting
of
upset about
that
it.
they
People
didn't
get upset about
have
everything.
But the F1
Yeah.
Academy girlies had their event the day after, didn't they? They had the
I
female thing,
Yeah, I
the
saw
female
that.
quotient
And then
thing.
they were also on the Sphere
On the
during the
Sphere,
weekend
yeah,
too.
because
which
they're
was
starting
great.
their next year.
I love that. But it is time to start wrapping up. One last thing I want to comment on before we start to wrap up is our constructors battle. Honestly, I'm saying top 3 can really go anyway.
Mhm.
Maybe not Red Bull, because Max is carrying that team.
Red Bull, check out
Literally.
Max scored the same amount of points in this past race coming fifth as Checo hasn't.
Yeah. But realistically, mathematically, we'll say mathematically instead of realistically, the constructors battle can go anyway.
It could go either way.
So I got a little bit of maths here. I'm going to throw this at you, lol, because I love maths. So McLaren are on 608 points. Ferrari are on 584 points. Red Bull are on 555 points, which means 53 points separate McLaren and Red Bull as of right now. That sounds like a lot. Let me break it down. With what we have left, 2 races left. One of them is a sprint race. So with one sprint, 2 races, and 2 fastest laps.
Is it 60 points?
The maximum points that first place can earn is 60. If they win the sprint, the 2 races, and get fastest lap on both races. It's a maximum amount of points. Second place, I have if they come second in the sprint and come second with the 2 races with no fastest lap is 43 points, which means the maximum amount of points available for if the team gets first and second with 2 fastest laps, the maximum amount of points is 103. I just threw a lot of numbers at you. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But the maximum amount of points available for first place, second place, with one or the other having fastest lap in there for both races is 103 points. So with only 53 points separating McLaren and Red Bull, mathematically it is still possible. However, Max Verstappen cannot obtain all of those points himself. That little second place is very crucial. Because although mathematically if Ferrari and McLaren, if they just don't get into the points for the next 2 races, Max could take the constructors.
That's actually so funny.
But yes, realistically, I would say the battle is down to McLaren versus Ferrari and Ferrari versus Red Bull. I would say Red Bull is kind of out of the running for first place. Still mathematically possible, which is why I say kind of out of the running. Still mathematically possible, but
yeah.
It's giving Lando could have still won the World Championship after Brazil. It's still mathematically possible, but
it wasn't coming. So yes, I've seen a lot of people saying that Ferrari are going to take it from McLaren.
I've also seen that.
I think McLaren have, in the words of
I think they have it.
A nice lead, but not a comfortable lead, but still a nice lead. Love you, Oscar. I would say the main battle that I'd be watching is Red Bull versus Ferrari.
Yeah.
I'd say that's the main battle. Obviously, yes, Ferrari could still overtake McLaren, but I would say in terms of performance, this might be a bold statement, but McLaren and Ferrari are kind of on par at the minute. Like, if Charles...
It'll go to Abu Dhabi. 100%.
Yeah. 100% it's down to the wire, this one. But
it will.
If Charles is up front, Oscar's close behind, Carlos up front, Lando's close behind. They've been very close to each other. There's never been...
Yeah.
There's yet to be a race where, McLaren are 1-2 and Ferrari are way down 5-6 or vice versa. They're all...
Yeah, they were literally separated by Max.
They're all pretty... Yeah, Max Verstappen just sticking his head and being, hello. That's sort of where the divide is lying. But yeah, I'm saying Constructors' Battle can really go in any direction for the top 3 right now. But we will have an update on that for next week. Speaking of next week, podium predictions. Beth, you're up first.
Oh no, I don't want to go first.
You gotta cook, girl. You gotta
cook. Cook, Beth, cook.
Because I actually don't. Right. I think this week it's going to be fun.
She's stalling.
First place goes. Actually, there's not so many random thrown out ones there, but Max Verstappen.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. Please don't hate me. Please don't cancel me.
Bold.
I think it's going to be Max and Lando's race this week. Maybe Oscar. He did well last year. Maybe Oscar thrown in. But then, so that means I think Lando's going to come second. I think him and Max are going to have a little bit of fun again. No, live, laugh, love. They don't have a championship to fight for anymore. And off the back of, although I don't think it's going to be a great race for Ferrari. It's not Mercedes. I don't think it's back to being a warm track. Not their strong suit, as we've seen. So I think Carlos is going to be P3. And again, I think it's going to cause drama because I think Charles is going to be not very happy with that one. So Max, Lando, Carlos. Oh, stop trying to raise my hand.
Max, Carlos, like it. Okay, Brooke.
Let's Brooke them.
I feel like a McLaren 1-2. I feel like a McLaren
which way round?
1-2.
Which way round?
I think Lando, Oscar.
Okay.
Can we just
And
remember
then-
Qatar was Oscar's first podium, I'm pretty sure, last year, was it not?
I think so, yeah.
And then third, I think I'm gonna do a Ferrari. I think I'm gonna sneak a Ferrari in.
Which one? Which Ferrari?
I'm gonna
is sneaking in?
I think I'm gonna do Carlos too.
Ooh,
Two
I
Carlos.
think
Bold.
Carlos.
bold. I'm gonna be
What
even
have you
bolder.
done? Oh,
I'm gonna be even bolder.
this is where she puts Alex Albon P1, Chocon you P2, Liam Lawson P3. Actually, you heard it her first. If that happens, it's
Daniel
on.
Ricciardo.
I'm
Logan
good.
Sargent back to the grave.
I'm going.
The TPP one.
God. I'm going Nikita Mazepin. People.
Nick DeVries P2. Mick Schumacher P3. Let's go.
Roman Grosjean P4.
Let's get Seb back.
We're gonna get Senna is gonna be in P5 somehow. I don't know how that's happening, but here we are.
Actually, Gunther is gonna do his debut.
Actual podium prediction. I'm going.
Go on. Who are you throwing out there?
Throwing out. Charles.
Oh,
Okay.
I was expecting you to go Lando Norris.
Nope. Charles.
Let me throw one. Lando.
Charles P1.
Let's choose
P1.
Lulu.
Max P2.
Lando P3.
Lando P3.
Okay.
Do it. Let's
I'm
freaking
gonna
go.
throw a P4 out there. George Russell.
Let's see which one of us are
Right.
psychic this
P4
week.
guys.
Celebrity has started, so we gotta wrap this shit up and do meme of the week.
Get your memes out, guys, right
I
I'm going
now.
first because mine is ready.
Mine's also
Go
ready.
on.
Max Verstappen after winning the 4th World Drivers' Championship title.
That was literally him to Zach Brown. No freaking way.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Oh my god, that was
What
so
is mine?
I got
Because we don't have
ready.
time to talk about that. We'll
Like
talk about
having
that
a
another day.
better car. I was like, Max.
Okay, Beth.
It was kind of funny. What? My turn.
Yeah, go back. Go.
Mine's very
Go.
relevant to Qatar. George Russell when they were looking for Lando, and he was like, "We've lost
Yeah.
Lando."
Oh my
And Oscar
gosh.
comes, and they're still looking for Lando. One missing.
Still to this
Hey
day,
guys,
looking for.
mine is also relevant. You know, we're coming up to the end of the year.
End of the world.
I can't see what the
It's
map
race week. There's only 2 races left.
There's only
Oh.
2 races left.
See, I knew it. I'm literally so freaking good,
That's actually
guys.
how I feel right now. This has been our third official episode of Lights Out, Let's Talk. And
Let's go.
we will see you next week for Qatar. Well, we hope you guys have enjoyed. So I've been Lucy.
I've been Brooke.
And I have been back.
Anyway, guys, all of our social medias will be in the outro.
We don't play. Hope you're ready for the next episode. Hold up.